Hello, says we have action. So here we go. How's everybody doing today? Happy Saturday. Welcome to my page. And today I'm going to talk about nobody would have ever predicted what is going to happen, what was going on in this whole world, this whole year has gone, and nobody would have ever predicted that. So I just put up that little ticker tape on the bottom there, and it says nobody would have ever predicted what kind of year we were going to have here for 2020. So I'm just going to get a little deeper into that. First off, there's a link up above. It says StreamYard, and you may just have to give it permission for me to see you. If you want to participate in the conversation, if you want to sit in the background, that's fine too. And hopefully you gain some interesting conversation with me. Today is day 5 of the 7-day Go Live video challenge that I'm participating in with Helen Martin and a whole bunch of people from all around the globe. And today she has tasked us with what has happened and what are some of our takeaways from what's happened over the past year or 2020. And this is kind of the time of year that most people are reflecting back on what has happened in the year anyway. And so now we're just going to discuss a little bit about maybe what you have had as a takeaway. Let me know, pop in here and down below there and let me know what some things that maybe have happened to you in this past little while. And like I said, nobody would have ever predicted that this would have ever shut down the whole world the way it has. So before we go any further, my name is Heather Edmondson, and I'm coming at you live here this afternoon on a beautiful Saturday afternoon from Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. And we actually had to dig in the snowbank and unbury our inflatable Christmas decorations because of all the snow that we had a few weeks ago. We still had to such a big drift in front of the house that the Christmas decorations that I told my hubby to put out there early when it was still nice out, they were buried under the snow. So we had to dig it out. It was pretty funny. Hello, Patricia. Lovely to see you here today. Glad you could pop in and spend some time with me. That's awesome. So what are some of your takeaways, Patricia, of the past year, and how has it changed your world? So like I said, we're going to dive a little bit into that, and some things that have happened to some people are good, and some other things are not so good. And I hopefully am going to leave you with some of the things that have been a benefit to what has happened over this past year. So a lot of people have had to work from home. A lot of people have had to have their kids at home and homeschool their kids. And thank goodness my kids aren't all at home. They're all grown, and that we have little grandkids, because if I would have been stuck at home with 4 teenagers that were all close in age, I think I would have wanted to, yeah. So I appreciate all those families that have had to homeschool their kids now that that all this has been going on. So my youngest daughter, or our youngest daughter, is a teacher, and she has had to totally change her way of teaching her students. She has had to make it all virtual, and so that the kids can watch it and gain some biology, because she's a high school biology teacher, gain some of the knowledge from the biology through the virtual space. So can you imagine going through all of this if we wouldn't have the virtual space that we have now? So Patricia is saying it's been a healthy all year. Lost weight, eating better. It's actually been good for me. So that's nice to hear, Patricia. You're staying very focused then. Some of us have put on a few pounds, especially with somebody that bakes in your house. A lot of people have been baking and making cookies and bread and all those kinds of things. For a while there, it was very hard to find yeast if you needed yeast to make any of your little treats that you were making. And then things opened up, and now things are going back into lockdown again. So one of the benefits, I think, that has happened over this past year is it's brought a lot of families closer together. Maybe not the way they wanted to be closer together, but with, like I said, with the homeschooling and that kind of thing. But people have taken the time to take a breath. We have been in such a busy life, go so much for so long, that some people have actually appreciated the chance to take a step back and actually take a breath and breathe and do some things that maybe they hadn't done with their family in a long time. Now that we are moving into winter here and we have snow, people have been out tobogganing with their kids and out ice skating, as long as they're social distancing. any of those things. So that's been a nice thing to do. People that are stuck in their homes with their family have been playing more games, puzzles, reading more books with their kids, playing cards, doing all those board games that we have shoved in the closet there. A lot of families have been doing some of those things. It's making them be a lot more creative with their time. They're doing crafts with their kids. And I know everybody is craving that social interaction, but we have learned how to set up virtual dinners and virtual have time for drinks with friends that we should have been doing this with all along. Our friends that we have all over the globe, we should have been figuring out something like this a long time ago. So with all the computer access that all of us have nowadays, it's very cool that we were able to do some of these things. A lot of people have actually grown their business, or they have actually tried something different than they have ever thought of trying before. They're thinking outside of the box, and they're creating a lot more family businesses that are run from home, that they can get their products out to market through having a delivery service, take them out to people. I know some people have been making these chocolate spheres that are filled with stuff, and then the home delivering them, those kinds of things. So that's kind of cool. Not that I need any more chocolate in my life, but people are becoming, like I said, creative about how they can have spend time with their friends. I think it's just been really hard on a lot of seniors in the population because, like, for example, my mother doesn't have a computer and she's in a different province. And she doesn't understand that you're not tying up the phone line when you're trying to communicate with her on a computer. She's gone down to her friends who's 91 years old and has a computer, and we've tried to set up a virtual message chat with her or a virtual meal with her, and they don't understand it. We tried to set up a virtual meal with my mother-in-law and said, okay, we're going to call you at 5:30. And my husband got up her little tablet all set up with, we did a Skype call with her. And we're saying, like, Mom, where's your food? And she's like, well, it's not 5:30 yet. And Paul's like, well, yeah, it is 5:30. And so she said, okay, bye. Like, I gotta go eat. And we're like, no, that's not the point of all this. So they just don't get it. They don't understand. So please be supportive of your seniors and help them out. Set them up with some virtual stuff. There's all kinds of apps you can get for your phones or your tablets, anything like that can help with being able to communicate. A lot of the seniors that are stuck in nursing homes and those things, the homes have actually provided them with a tablet as well, and they've been taking it out so that they can actually see their family. And now if they're in a dementia type unit, that family doesn't understand, or that the client doesn't understand if they've had a tablet put in front of them or an iPad or anything like that. So that's been a little confusing for them. But so we're getting creative in some of the ways. And yes, we all miss having a hug from somebody, and you can just stay in your own little bubble of people. We need to actually reach out and support some of our truck drivers that are actually bringing our products to the stores and ensuring that we have the goods and services that we need. So make sure you guys give them a kudos, or give them a coffee, or cheer out there, or if you see them driving by, maybe give them a sandwich. I don't know, something like that that's going to help them out in their day. A lot of this has brought out some kindness in other people that maybe were more selfish at one point, and now they have had their eyes opened to realize that life isn't about yourself. It's all about how we can support each other, how we can help each other to grow and to learn. It's opened up a lot of people's eyes, myself included, about how much we have taken for granted in our lives. How much, with the freedom and ability to move around freely, we just did. We didn't even think about it. We just did. We jump in our car and we drive to the next province, or we would drive for 2 days and we would drive down to the States and go to Phoenix and anything like that. And now, with everything being kind of locked down, you can't just do that. So it makes you appreciate things a little bit more. It's like when we lived close in Calgary, and we lived close to the Rocky Mountains. And we didn't go out there and kind of appreciate them as much as we could have. We didn't hike as much as we could have, and enjoy some of those trails and stuff that were around and available to us, because it was right there in our backyard. And you kind of take it for granted that it's always going to be there. So now that everything's kind of been taken away from us, then we say, hey, we were pretty fortunate to be able to have what we had. And we're looking forward to the day when everything opens up again, and that we can travel a little bit more and see a little bit more of the world, and be around our friends a little bit more and our family. It's almost harder that all of our kids are in town and our grandkids are in town, because we can't all get together. They say you're only supposed to stay in your bubble of how many people are in your household, and not venture out of that. So that's been a little bit harder. It would almost have been easier if they lived in a different city or town or anything like that, because then we would know that we wouldn't be able to just kind of run over to their house and visit with them. So like I said, the computer has come in very handy, and we have learned how to navigate around there and be able to spend some time with people that way. So remember that maybe some of your seniors that are in your neighborhood, that you could go and grab them an item or two from the grocery store if you happen to be running out. Also try and leave some items on the shelves for people that maybe only have enough in their bank for grocery shopping once a week. So don't hoard a whole bunch of stuff coming into our Christmas season, and we want to have all those extra treats and stuff like that. But maybe we don't need to have all those treats in our house, because we're not going to be entertaining like big groups of people like some people do. And maybe give some of that to some of the shelters or the food bank or any of those types of charities, because really, do we need all that stuff that sits in our fridge? Some of it goes to waste. Please be kind in your heart and share with people that maybe you're less fortunate and don't have as much as we have. So remember what Christmas is all about. I don't know what you guys all believe in. I'm not going to get into all that conversations with you, but remember the true meaning of Christmas is about giving and not so much about yourself. So it's not about me. It's about what I can do for others. And that fills my heart till it's bursting. So hopefully that was some takeaways that you gained from my little chat with you here today. And hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day. And tomorrow will be day 6 for the 7-day goal live video challenge. And I hope to see you then. Bye-bye for now. Thanks, Patricia, for popping in here. And anybody on the replay, do let me know where it is you're coming in from, because I appreciate that as well. Thanks. Bye-bye.